Hello, everybody. Welcome to Storm Talk. This is Wave 3 meteorologist Brian Good. I'm filling in for Kevin for tonight. He'll be back coming up tomorrow. We're going to focus this video strictly on what's coming our way this week. Got a lot of movement, different fronts coming through the area, different types of fronts, and each one has a chance for some heavy rain with it and maybe some severe weather. We'll keep an eye on that. Certainly, as we get a little closer and get the details, get a little more defined. But really, in severe weather situations like this, with so much movement, we're not really going to nail down any potential for severe weather until literally the day of each one of these events, because cloud cover by all means is going to be a big factor in all that, and you really just can't pinpoint that too far in advance. So having said that, we're going to do the best we can here in this video and kind of lay it out for you how things are looking between now and Friday night, and then we'll get a sneak peek into thunder as well. All right, temperatures outside here at the moment, not bad. It's in the 60s out there. We're all going to drop into the 50s tonight. 63 in town. One of the cooler spots. That doesn't happen very often in town. 68 right now still into areas of Munfordville. Satellite and radar does show these high thin clouds moving through the area. Now, it's looking a little sloppy here on the radar. We've got some showers moving in from the west. And this is a cold front that's kind of moving through the area. There's actually two fronts really involved with this. But this one has got some moisture with it. Some of these are showers. Some of this is ground clutter from the radar. Let me see if I can turn the radar to a different mode here so you can see. Doesn't really help a whole lot because you still see the ground clutter from the Louisville radar. This is ground clutter right here. This is not rain surrounding the Louisville radar site at Fort Knox. This is rain, though, to the west of that. And these showers are moving into very dry air in central Kentucky, so I really think they're going to fade away even more as they get to I-65. But still, if you could survive, could get some light showers out of that as they pass on through. All right, let me switch back to the other radar now, and we turn off the satellite so you can kind of see the precipitation a little bit better. This is part of a bigger storm that's producing just blizzard conditions here across the Dakotas. You got temperatures, you probably saw this on Facebook, in the 70s right now in southern Minnesota, and you got 20s on the back side of that. Wow, what a storm this is in the northern Midwest here. But not for us. We're okay here. Again, we just got some showers we'll be continuing with. It'll be fading away pretty quickly, though. The more this storm moves away and heads into Canada, the weaker these will become and fall apart. Okay, that's system number one. System number two is the one that's really going to cause us the main ruckus. And this is an area that needs rainfall. They don't want too much at one time. But look at all the snow across here is the Sierra Nevadas. And then you got some heavier rain across the actual coastline. This is a pretty big storm. It's going to cause headaches for us as we head down the road. So let's break it down for you. First off, for tonight, you see this band of rain showing up right now on the radar. We were showing that just a second ago. And then that secondary band that was trying to form to the west. Futurecast, as we head toward the overnight hours, look what happens. I mean, they just fade away. We get the clouds from them, but other than maybe a few sprinkles, it's really about it as they pass through here around 4 o'clock in the morning. And the skies actually clear out pretty quick behind this front as it passes through. In fact, I think as we head into tomorrow afternoon, sunshine should be back. Now, clouds do try to stream in the afternoon, but at least we get some sunshine that'll warm us up well into the 70s. Now, the cold front, as it comes through, it's kind of going to stall out right along through here. What happens with cold fronts that stall out and they lose their parent low, in other words, this is like a kid or a child, it's attached to that big low producing the blizzard in Minnesota and the Dakotas, it's moving away and leaving the front behind. And when that happens, the front could actually change characteristics. And it is going to do so because as we head into Tuesday night and Wednesday, it would then become more of a warm front kind of scenario. And the warm front is going to stretch itself out right across Kentucky. As it does so, warm air is going to funnel in. I think temperatures will stay very warm tomorrow night, probably in the 60s the way it's looking now, and then cooler weather on the northern side of the front. And that is where the focal point of the rain will actually be. North of the front is we're going to have some rumbles of thunder and heavy rain, and it looks to be Illinois, Indiana, into Ohio, maybe a northern counties, but I-64 looks to be where everything's going to be to shut off, and then our southern counties will just stay dry. This is, again, early Wednesday. Now, as we head through Wednesday afternoon, some of that may try to get better organized, may work its way to the south, because you got to keep in mind, the warm front is not going to change at all here. It is going to stay pretty much in the area. Because it is in the area, anytime we get even just a little bit of sunshine, a couple hours of sun, thunderstorms will develop here south of the front. So we'll track those each and every afternoon as they develop. Not everybody will see them, but the potential is there. Otherwise, if you're closer to the warm front, the cloudier you're going to be, the cooler you're going to be, and the chances are you're going to get wet throughout this whole process. What's interesting as far as storm potential that becomes into the strong category severe is going to take place later Wednesday night into Thursday. As into late Wednesday night, the models are indicating there's a nice little pocket of wind that's going to ride up to the north and east, right into the Ohio Valley about this time Thursday morning. That may be enough to produce some stronger wind gust this system as it passes through Indiana and northern Kentucky. We'll watch it, but there is a chance, and with it being early Thursday morning, excuse me, it's not going to have a lot of sun energy to feed off of, so that's why I really think they're going to be kind of limited in how strong they can get. The only thing that's really going to feed them is going to be that pocket of wind that's going to ride up into the Louisville area. So we'll watch that for early Thursday. Thursday afternoon, this is where the big debate, and this is where the model stops, by the way, in time. I can't go any further out on this particular model. But here's where the big question we're going to have for Thursday night. After we get rid of the storms in the morning hours, they move over here to West Virginia. The model is trying to hint that there's going to be some kind of leftover shower activity and what we call debris clouds. If this is going to be more of a situation where this is actually more sparse, if not completely cleared out, and we get sunshine to break through in the afternoon across central Kentucky, that's going to mean a problem here, because this is the actual cold front that is going to be developing across areas of Missouri into the afternoon. That is where it's going to become very unstable, and some thunderstorms are going to just blossom. Whoops, wrong button there. Thunderstorms are going to blossom here in the afternoon across areas of the Ozarks into Missouri. Big question is as they head to the east Thursday night and early Friday, they should weaken some. How much, we don't know. And their wind fields are decent enough here across central Kentucky that they should maintain themselves most of the night. So there's going to be a strong wind potential as we head into the overnight hours. But the saving grace would be if we could stay cloudy and rainy Thursday afternoon. That means whatever comes our way Thursday night from the west is really going to impact it big time. It'll just become more of a heavy rain event, and nothing severe would take place. But with the wind fields, we can't rule it out. And again, we just cannot tell yet this far out if we're going to break out in sunshine, if that model is wrong or not. There's just no way to determine that. But nevertheless, Storm Prediction Center has got Wednesday outlined for severe weather for that potential here. But again, I wouldn't rule out a few strong storms that could extend further out into northern Kentucky and Indiana there. Now, as we went into Thursday, and the models again are in, I told you where everything's blowing up ahead of the cold front Thursday afternoon. Now, I think the Storm Prediction Center, they issue their outlooks in a day-by-day, midnight-to-midnight type scenario. So I think when the new update comes out, I think the storms could make it as far east as I-65 by late Thursday night. And if that's the case, they'll extend the slight risk area a little further to east to include southwest Indiana and west Kentucky. I think that will happen later in the morning hours for tomorrow. That's when they make that decision. And then if they feel there's going to be a stronger threat for storms in the afternoon for east Kentucky, then the next day outlook may look like that, where it's eastern Kentucky into areas of the mid-Atlantic may have a risk potential come out. But I think at least the Thursday night one should be extended out to about I-65, especially if we have a chance to get sunshine Thursday afternoon. They could easily make it that far east and hold their severe potential. So that's the way it's looking right now when it comes to the severe risks. As far as your outlook goes for the next 14 days, 70s. I think because we see that potential break Thursday afternoon, I'm going with a chance for sunshine right now. I think it could happen. And if it happens, we're easily going to hit 77, if not higher. Okay? Very warm, and in some cases humid. Dew points forecast to be in the 60s. Friday itself, the temperature is kind of iffy there. It may take a while for the cooler air to rush in, so we have a chance to clear out in the morning hours and get some sunshine. And before the cooler air moves in, we may actually climb to about 73 in the afternoon. That's why I've got that in the system there for that time. Now, the weekend looks cool. Temperatures in the 50s. We bounce back out early next week. Now, the models got it pretty chilly. Now, I went pretty conservative. Some of the models are pretty cold through here, and even the GFS especially is trying to indicate some snowflakes. We'll try to mix in at times with some rain next week. I'm not going with that right now. I think it's a little too much of a stretch, especially this late in the season. I want to see a little more proof of that before I jump on it. But anyway, it does look chilly. And then for thunder over Louisville, the question is how quickly are we going to break out of this chilly pattern and get into a warmer pattern, which would set up as we head into the end of the weekend and early that next week. The quicker we get to the warm-up, the warmer we're going to be. The longer this cold snap here lingers, then we'll have to slide these 50s over all the way through the weekend, and it could be chilly, but at least it may be mostly dry, if not sunny, would be the scenario there. So that's how thunder is looking. We'll keep an eye on it. See, like I said, we got a lot to track before now and then. All right, hope that all made sense. Busy few days for us. We'll be here each and every day, keeping you updated as the system evolves. It takes a while for this video to get uploaded. I apologize. I do them early. I promise I do. It's 9 on the clock right now. I'm looking at it. It says 9:19. I'll prove it to you here, in case you don't believe me. 9:19 right now on the clock. All right. So I'm doing these early. They just take a long time to get uploaded, so I apologize for that. So I'm going to get uploaded right now, and I will see you guys coming up tonight at 11 o'clock. Have a good one.